Hello there, I'm Jazzy. Thanks for stopping by. Here I am with another video. Oh my gosh, I'm actually being consistent. So with today's video, it's mostly a critique within the art community, specifically when people do art trends. Like for example, when a character from a certain piece of media is getting redrawn by everyone. Like getting a screenshot from Sailor Moon and putting your own spin on it. But there are times when I have an issue or maybe a thought lingering throughout my mind when people draw certain characters for an art trend, noticing that maybe they shouldn't have drawn that said character in the first place. So before I say my piece, just so you know, this is my opinion. I'm not attacking any specific artist, and if you want to have a discussion, comment down below. I love getting insights from the art community, so without further ado, let's get into it. Follow me! So what caused this video idea to spring out from my skull was me checking my TikTok. Also, you guys should follow me there in instant, please. Anyways, I noticed I was getting likes from my Amanda the Adventurer artwork I did a while back. I remember the comments being flooded with, "Thank you for not whitewashing her," or "Thanks for making her look like a child." I responded to one of the comments and said my piece about this issue, specifically not understanding how to draw children, but choosing to draw them for a trend. So I stated maybe people should use this trend as a learning opportunity to draw child proportions instead of just drawing a literal child looking like a grown woman. There were comments agreeing with me for the most part, also clocking how people draw South Park characters older or the Amazing World of Gumball. But there was a comment that countered my argument by stating, well, artists can draw whatever they want, especially if it's just a hobby. I reiterated that people can draw what they want, but it's also cool to broaden your horizons to drawing outside of your comfort zone to approve. But then I realized their argument doesn't make a lick of sense to what I'm trying to convey here. If you want to hop on a trend of drawing a young black girl and you make her look grown and whitewash her, don't be surprised if people are ragging on your art. Your explanation to making a black character white can't just be, "Oh, I just do art as a hobby. I can draw whatever I want. I don't take this seriously." If that's the case, keep this to yourself. No one wants to see that. Literally, their argument was justifying that anyone could draw Amanda as whatever, but that just isn't the case, especially for something as rare as a black girl character in a horror game. I also remembered commenting on a post where an artist drew Rose from Steven Universe as skinny. Their art looked amazing, so when I commented, people were getting mad at me, stating that it doesn't matter and I'm just complaining. I said that this person knew the character was plus size and chose to make them skinny. They shouldn't feel a type of way if someone flats out calls them out on it or critiques them. They should have taken the time to understand how to draw Rose's body type instead of just taking that away from her design. But I know drawing certain proportions can be difficult, but guess what? There's references and tutorials everywhere, but maybe you don't want to do that. So I say just don't hop on certain trends that don't align with what you draw. Just draw whatever you want to draw. Don't draw plus size characters. Don't draw black characters. Just stick to what you're used to, I guess. But sadly, I don't agree with that. If you are an artist that specializes in designing characters, I think you should expand yourself in what you draw. I remember seeing a My Little Pony human redesign post on TikTok. People were noticing they drew them all the same, with the same skin tone, body type, height, hair length, all of it was the same. Now let me just say I'm not the best character designer. I draw the same eye shapes and body types at times. But guess what? I'm open to drawing outside of my comfort zone at times, so why can't other people? Since the artist only draws the same thing over and over, it starts getting lackluster. If you are choosing to focus on designing characters and all you do is follow the same recipe, it gets boring. You are now keeping yourself within a box. There are so many references you can find, so many videos that can expand your closet, but you just choose not to. Yeah, your art's cute, you're getting the likes, but are you okay with being boring? And you are calling yourself a character designer, like what? But when these artists join something like Art Fight, it's awful. I have seen whitewashing characters changing a lot of aspects of the design that makes them, well, them. And this hurts the creator of that character. It just hurts minorities in general. Imagine being told you're too hard to draw because of your skin. That's insane to me. And people literally be saying this online for people of color to hear. That's so dehumanizing. But now thinking about it, what made me want to expand my designs? What's the first step to this? Now, if you are an artist that aligns with what I'm clocking, Don't feel attacked. I just get irked at times. Don't put your stylist down, please. You can get through this. Just knowing little things goes a long way and can build up. For example, I started drawing people with hijabs a while back, but what made me do that? To be fully honest with you, I couldn't think of a hairstyle for a character, so I just gave them a hijab. But when I first did that, I noticed that there really aren't many characters that wear one, so it made me want to design more characters who wear them. And it also made me love drawing intricate, modest clothing. I now love drawing long skirts and layered outfits. I would have never known my love for that if I've never designed a character that wears a hijab. And of course, don't do this, like design outside of your comfort zone, design more minorities, stuff like that. If you don't want to do it, like if you just see it as a chore, if you don't want to draw certain designs, be my guest, but let that resonate with you for a bit. Why don't you want to draw a black character or any minority? Is there something you want to talk about? Overall, I'm just saying design characters out of wanting to learn, not just, oh, I need to add a minority and that's how I'll get brownie points. Now, I know I started this off with Amanda the Adventurer speaking about body proportions, but as you are noticing, I'm now focusing on racial representation in general. How if there is a trend of drawing a black girl, you are going to see whitewashing, whether you like it or not. And it's any character that is a person of color or anyone that has slightly darker skin. So why is that? Because of the media. We usually see pale skin as the norm when it comes to leads in any piece of entertainment, so we unintentionally do it with our own art. Now, I know there are going to be people explaining they don't relate to X group, so I don't want to design characters for that said group. I only like drawing people that look like me, which is cool, okay? I don't mind that, especially if you want to make stories that are about you. But I'm talking about the people who indulge in character designing or want to be in something like the animation industry. When I was in art school, I remember one of the assignments was to find a non-European folktale and create a character lineup of the story. I chose Uganda, specifically the folktale The Story of Kitu. The princess in the story is still one of my favorite characters I've ever designed. I remember seeing some of my peers choose European countries despite of the literal assignment description, or someone choosing a country that's predominantly black and the character's skin tone's not looking too great, or someone just not doing any research on the country at all, like choosing a folktale from China, but the clothing attire looks Korean. It's just slapping whatever on the page of what they believe the country looks like, which is lazy. But it can be more than that. Just imagine if the idea came into fruition. It became an animated feature film that misrepresented a person's culture. That's disgusting. A good recent example of this was the BTS trailer. It showed a well-known black college and decided to draw white people attending there. That is insane. Which is weird because K-pop wouldn't be where it is today without black people, but that's a conversation for another day. But this trailer is exactly what I'm talking about. People who go to art school who want to join the industry should be educated on how to draw and write people of color. The students should be called out if they didn't represent a minority in the best light, or just not doing any research at all. At least do this while they're learning, instead of them drawing whatever offensive thing when they join a studio. I have only seen one professor do this, but I believe it's just because they were a person of color. But I don't think any of my white teachers would have called out these issues like misrepresentation. It's just not that important in art school, I guess. But it is actually. Research is key when it comes to any art project. It helps you open yourself as an artist and understand the subject matter. Disney sent their animators to see lions and all types of animals for the making of The Lion King, or garbage dumps for WALL-E. I bet that sucked, but hey, the garbage looked great, you can't deny that. We need to start hyping up artists to research new things, to celebrate the character designs that are not seen every day, instead of sticking to drawing a specific demographic. X group doesn't fit my style. Shut up. An art style is how you draw, not what you draw. I remember on my Haswin Hotel video, there's a comment about my Charlie designs. Yes, designs as in plural, she has two. If you want more info on that, check out the video. But the comment stated, the goat-like design is out of place because it's not in the same art style as the other. And I personally think that's wrong. Just because there is a simplistic character doesn't mean another with detail is in a different style. Would you say Chihiro's pig parents are a different art style from her? No, they have the same line art and shape language. They share the same style. Look at Mr. Boss from Smiling Friends. He has the same line weight and animation style as the rest of the main cast, even though he is detailed. So having a character with a more intricate design wouldn't make them not in your art style. But even then, you can simplify anything if you put your mind to it. Like, for example, braids. There are so many ways to draw them. I think people create the "it doesn't fit my art style" excuse to dodge drawing outside of their comfort zone, but it's a stupid excuse that doesn't make any sense. How about just be honest and admit you struggle drawing certain things? It's okay that you want to improve, or you can admit that you want to improve. It's fine. Not any artist is perfect. I also hear how people get scared to draw people of color due to the backlash that they would get if they misrepresent them. I do have to say sometimes I've had seen people go crazy over that, but I think it's weird when that does happen. The artist being called out just ignores the issue at hand or denies that they did anything wrong. Of course, no one deserves to be harassed. I went through this when I drew fan art of Encanto. I drew Isabella with a lighter skin tone. At that time, I worked on an old broken tablet and would usually send the artwork to my phone to check the colors before posting, but I didn't check at that time. I just really wanted to hurry up and post it. I remember making a video admitting that, but of course it didn't change the fact that I posted a bad depiction of Isabella. I fixed the drawing, but no one really cared and even said that now I made her too dark. I was so irked by the situation, I deleted everything. But guess what? I still draw people of color. That situation didn't cause me to never think about drawing darker skin tones ever again. It made me want to be more aware and attentive when it comes to drawing fan art of people of color. I want to recommend, if you are genuinely scared to misrepresent people of color, maybe show your work on a Discord server and get feedback before posting. So, I think people should do art trends, especially if it's outside of their comfort zone, to get them to try new things. I know that contradicts the thumbnail because guess what? It was clickbait! Oh my god! Did you guys fall for it? Now I know this is a shorter video, but I wanted to whip up something okay. The last video was just a lot. If you don't know what it was my webtoon revival video, and I just wanted to redraw all the characters. I wanted to redraw all the comic panels, and yeah, now my wrist is killing me. It's killing me, help me. But yeah, I think I'm probably, for my next couple of videos, they're probably just gonna be commentary. I hope that will not be the case in the future. I don't know. This was pretty fun. Or was it? I'm still thinking, okay. I don't mind talking into a mic for hours if that's okay, if that's all that I have to do now. I'm sorry. But thank you for sticking with me. I hope you enjoyed my rant. As I said before, make sure to say your piece on this topic in the comment section below. And I think that's all from me. I don't know what else to say.